Awesome venue in Newport. The scenery is gorgeous, good breeze, unbelievable spot here.
It's amazing. What a wonderful sailing club. This is perfect for multi-hull sailing. We saw some of the youth programming going on yesterday.
It's fun to go out, go all over Rhode Island, explore all the islands, rivers, get all sorts of conditions. It's just, this is one of the best races of the season for sure.
We're really lucky this year to have Zyke as a first-time sponsor of the New England 100. And with their support, we were able to provide every competitor with one of these high visibility pennies. We think adding a little bit of visibility goes a long way to helping improve traffic management.
In 2020, stormy conditions made for a challenging race. 8 non-spinnaker boats sailed an 18-mile course, and 13 spinnaker boats sailed a 35-mile course, heading down the Eastern Passage, rounding Beavertail Point, and up into the bay.
Kind of the race down the East Passage right off the start was a good battle. Hoffman rolled in right off the start, and Todd and Joe were duking it out, and they were just aiming straight at Fort Adams, and there's that way better angle and just legged out right away.
I was at the first New England 100 in 1989. So we had 45 boats, and there were people still begging to get in, but they couldn't let any more in because there wasn't enough room on the beach because it was a non-start. You pushed off the beach. The first 4 or 5 years, we always had 40 to 47 boats.
Somebody that came up as a recreational sailor and started racing with the fleet, but the quality of the sailors in the fleet is just unreal. You learn so much just by looking at them rig or race or anything.
Over the years of doing this race, one of the most important things you got to tell yourself, it's going to be a long race, and you got to eat something and keep drinking over the course of the race. Getting dehydrated can just totally wipe you out toward the end.
It wasn't until we got around Beavertail it started to pick up, and then by the time we got to the top of Prudence, it was really starting to blow.
Going up the West Passage, that was a whole nother one where we were trying to hold off Joe and his bigger boat.
We didn't.
Yeah, we got a bigger boat. We gave you a good run for it, and then you're going across the top of Jamestown, and that almost felt like another race because the wind was all shifty and kind of weird because you're in the lee of Prudence, and then you keep kind of turning the corner, and it's like these micro races, and you have to not only keep up with it physically, but then also mentally, where you're ahead of a bunch of boats, and then they're all of a sudden right next to you again, and you're like, I was just, working my ass off for the past hour, and then, here comes, Joe and Todd just there, and you got to just do the reset and roll with it and keep pushing forward.
Yeah, that deck sweeper. I was totally guessing at first, but once I got on it, it's a game changer. And even with the 20, I switched the 20 over to a deck sweeper before the beginning of the year, and it's amazing how when you get a big puff of breeze, the boat more accelerates forward more. It doesn't. It's hard to explain. It just goes because the power. You know, you don't need that at that point when the breeze is up. You don't need the power at the top of the sail. You need it at the bottom of the sail.
You get a better feel for the boat if you've got to go 8 miles upwind without a break than you might sailing 1 mile legs in a windward leeward, because you just keep working on it, keep watching the speed, keep watching the folks around you. And so as somebody who came to catamarans late, I really found the 100 made a huge difference in developing feel for the boat.
The biggest difference actually was sailing the boat flat. Don't worry about anything, just keep the boat as flat as, sail it as flat as you humanly can. And basically every time there was a puff between us and Todd, it would fly the hull just a little bit higher. And that was enough that over time he would just eat down to leeward, and we were just able to keep that angle. It was pretty crazy to see. It was probably the best demonstration of everything that coaches have been yelling at kids about for ages of, keeping the boat flat.
The race at times seems to get very strung out, but oftentimes there are compression factors, and amazingly in so many of these races there have been really close finishes after 40 miles of sailing and you're duking it out. It's such a cool race.